Hello everybody and welcome back to a Royal Reader. My name is Cici and today we are going to be doing all of the unread books on my shelf for my physical TBR. So this is 110% by Becca from Becca in the Books. She does a video where she films all of the unread books on her TBR for like the physical books she owns with her bookshelves, because that is a prompt for one of her things on her BookRoast TBR game. I do have a similar thing that I have incorporated into my TBR game, so I have also bought a few more books since the last time I filmed this. So I need to do an updated, unread physical TBR. So we are in the comfy, baggy t-shirt, got my bike shorts on, hair is up in a messy bun that needs to be redone, and we're going to count all of the books that I have that are unread on my shelves. Now I'm also including some of the books that I need to reread in order to continue on with the series, because it's been like 5+ years since I've read certain books, so I will be including those as well, because basically I can't remember anything from them. So this list is going to be very long. I do need to do it because if I do end up rolling the prompt for a physical TBR read, I will come to this video and do like a random number generator and pick whatever book is that number. So let's get into it. So starting off with a reread, we have Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor, Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor, Dreams of Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor. Another reread, The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson, The Heart of Betrayal by Mary E. Pearson, The Beauty of Darkness by Mary E. Pearson, Shadow of the Fox, Soul of the Sword, and Night of the Dragon, all by Julie Kagawa. The Red Queen series by Victoria Aveyard. The Assassin's Thief by Madeline T. Wee. For a reread, we have Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo and Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. Graceling and Fire by Kristen Cashaw. Strange the Dreamer and Muse of Nightmares, both by Laini Taylor. Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. Iron Widow by Zhuan J. Zhao. Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Su Lin Tan. She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan. Our Violent Ends by Chloe Gong. For a reread, we have Call Down the Hawk by Maggie Stiefvater and Mr. Impossible by Maggie Stiefvater. Realmbreaker by Victoria Aveyard and Blade Breaker. Night Study and Poison Study, both by Maria V. Schneider. Zodiac Academy The Awakening by Caroline Peckman and Suzanne Valenti. These Hollow Vows and These Twisted Bonds by Lexi Ryan. As rereads, we have Serpent and Dove and Blood and Honey by Shelby Mahurin, and then Gods and Monsters by Shelby Mahurin. For a reread, we have Raven Kennedy's Guild, Glint, Gleam and Glow by Raven Kennedy, The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake, Lightlark by Alex Astor, A Touch of Malice and A Touch of Ruin by Scarlett St. Clair, Kingsbane and Lightbringer by Claire the Grand. For a reread, we have The Bone Witch by Rincha Pecco, The Shadowglass and The Heartforger, both by Rincha Pecco, Incendiary by Zolveda Cardova, A Torch Against the Night and A Reaper at the Gates, both by Sabatahia, as well as An Ember and the Ashes by Sabatahia. Crown of Feathers by Nikki Paretto, We Hunt the Flame by Hafeza Hafazel, and This Woven Kingdom by Tahada Murphy. The Rose and the Dagger and The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Yardier, Flame in the Mist and Smoke in the Sun by Renee Yardier, The Beautiful and the Damned, both by Renee Yardier, The Silver Serpents by Roshani Toshki, The Starch-Hutch Queen by Roshani Toshki, and then A Crown of Wishes by Roshani Toshki. The Clockwork Angel trilogy by Cassandra Clare, including Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, and Clockwork Princess. For rereads, we have the first 4 books in the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare, including City of Bones, City of Ash, City of Glass, and City of Fallen Angels, City of Lost Souls, and City of Heavenly Fire. The Bane Chronicles by Cassandra Clare, and Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy by Cassandra Clare. The Dark Artificers series by Cassandra Clare, books 1, 2, and 3, with Lady Midnight, Lord of Shadows, and Queen of Air and Darkness. The Way of Kings, book 1, part 2 by Brandon Sanderson. The Mistborn trilogy, era 1 by Brandon Sanderson, including The Final Empire, The Well of Ascension, and The Hero of Ages. Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. Midnight in the Everwood by M.A. Kuznia. A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. Girl Serpent Thorn by Melissa Bashadwast. The Queen's Rising by Rebecca Ross. The Gilded Ones by Naimina Fauna. Vespertine by Margaret Rogerson. The Merciful Crow by Margaret Owen. The Nature of Witches by Rachel Griffin. Set Fire to the Gods by Sarah Resch and Kristen Simmons. The Crown's Game by Evelyn Skye. All of Us Villains by Amanda Foody and Christine Lynn Herman. Reread, we have The Kingdom of the Wicked by Kerry Maniscalco. Belladonna by Adeline Grace. Only a Monster by Vanessa Len. Kingdom of Souls by Raina Barron. Dark Rise by C.S. Bacat. The Other Side of the Sky by Amy Kaufman and Mega Spooner. The Left-Handed Booksellers of London by Garth Nix. A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. The 10,000 Doors of January by Alex E. Harrow. The Midnight Lie by Maria Rotowski. Wild and Wicked Things by Francesca May. God's Grave by J. Christoph. Aurora's End by J. Christoph and Amy Kaufman. With Fire in Their Blood by Kat Delacroix. The Justice of Kings by Richard Swan. The Ruin of Kings and The Name of Things by Jen Lyons. The Inheritance Trilogy and the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. The Bone Shard's Daughter by Andrea Stewart. The Unspoken Name by A.K. Larkwood. The Desert Prince by Peter V. Brett. Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. Fire and Blood by George R. R. Martin. As well as the entire Game of Thrones series by George R. R. Martin. Golden Sun and Morning Star by Pierce Brown. The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. As a reread, The Illuminae Files by Amy Kaufman and J. Christoph. Then Gemina and Obsidio, both by J. Christoph and Amy Kaufman. Leviathan Wakes by James S. A. Corey. Cries War by Nina Varela. Starside by Brandon Sanderson. As a reread, we have The City of Brass, Kingdom of Copper, and The Empire of Gold, all by S.A. Chakraborty. Reread, we have The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang, and then The Dragon Republic, and The Burning God, all by R.F. Kuang. Gallant by V.E. Schwab. Vengeful by V.E. Schwab. As a reread, we have This Savage Song, and then Our Dark Duet by V.E. Schwab. As a reread, we have A Darker Shade of Magic, A Gathering of Shadows, and A Conjuring of Light, all by V.E. Schwab. Legend Born by Tracy Dion. As rereads, we have Book 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief series, with The Sea of Monsters, The Titan's Curse, The Battle of the Labyrinth, and The Last Olympian. As rereads, we have the first 2 books in the Lost Hero series. So we have The Lost Hero and the Son of Neptune by Rick Riordan, and then The Mark of Athena, The House of Hades, and The Blood of Olympus by Rick Riordan. His Dark Materials by Philip Pullman, including Northern Lights, The Subtle Knife, and The Amber Spyglass. The Lair of Dreams, Before the Devil Breaks You, and The King of Crows by Libba Bray. Lovely War by Julie Brary. Lady Helen and the Dark Days Deceit, and Lady Helen and the Dark Days Pack by Alison Goodman. The Lies of Locke Lamora by Scott Lynch. Dante's Divine Comedy, translated by Clive James. Paradise Lost by John Milton. The Iliad and the Odyssey, both by Homer. A Midsummer's Night Dream, The Taming of the Shrew, As You Like It, Othello, Richard III, and Much Ado About Nothing, all by William Shakespeare. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Pride and Prejudice and Emma by Jane Austen. Orlando by Virginia Woolf. Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. Beloved by Toni Morrison. Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. As a reread, we have The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Ariadne and Electra, both by Jennifer Saint. Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. Legacy of Kings by Eleanor Herman. Death of an Eye by Dana Stabenow. Kingdom of Back by Maria Liu. Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. Plain Bad Heroines by Emily M. Danforth. The Devil and the Dark Water by Stuart Turton. Her Majesty's Royal Coven by Juno Dawson. The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. House of Hollow by Crystal Sutherland. The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. The Secret History by Donna Tartt. The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. There's more on my shelves. I didn't realise it, but there's more on my shelves. The Lost Prince, The Iron Warrior, The Iron Knight, and The Iron Trader, all by Julie Kagawa. The Enchanter's Endgame by David Eddings. Sabriel by Garth Nix. Royal Assassin and the Assassin's Quest by Robin Hobb. Books 1 to 5 in the Witcher series by Andrea Sapkowski, which includes Blood of the Elves, Sword of Destiny, Time of Contempt, Baptism of Fire, The Tower of the Shallow, The Tower of the Swallow, and Lady of the Lake. Alrighty, so I think that is it for all of the unread books that I have on my current shelves. I am very hot and sweaty, as you can probably tell. This is not highlighter, this is sweat. Yeah, I have quite a few books, but definitely, I don't think maybe as many as before. I know I've read a couple of the books on here, which is really good. That's a lot of books. It's probably like 150 or 170, something along those lines, but either way, if I end up rolling for the prompt of picking a physical book from my TBR, I will come back to this video, I will click on which number is the one that I end up generating, and I'll read that book. So this is a way for me to be able to get my books down to a manageable number. I don't know how well it's going to go, but yeah. Let me know how many books you guys have on your unread TBR. I would be like dying to know so that I'm not alone in how many books I have on my TBR. So please let me know down below in the comments. If you like this video, do be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button down below. If you'd like to stay in touch with me, then do be sure to check out the links in the description box. I have Twitter and Instagram always linked down below, so do be sure to check those out. And I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I will see you soon with another video.